Yo, hello great people, African traveler again. I'm going to take some awesome tea. If you're a lover of tea, today I want to take you to a journey to show you how you get your cup of tea from the tree to your cup. So stick around, and I'm going to give you more information about tea as we go along. So hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys will love it. See you on the other side. Tea is a major cash crop that is grown in Kenya. Kenyan tea has been the leading major foreign exchange earner for the country. Most of the tea produced in Kenya is black tea, with green tea, yellow tea, and white tea produced on order by major producers. So for the recent years, we've also started producing purple tea. If I give you some history about tea in Kenya, tea was first introduced in Kenya in 1903 by GWL Caine and was planted in the present day Limuru, so around Kiambu, where we are going to take you guys to see how tea is manufactured. Commercialization of tea started in 1924 by Malcolm Fyers Bell, who was sent out by Brooke Bonds to start the first commercial estate. Since then, the nation has become a major producer of black tea. Currently, Kenya is ranked second after China in tea export. Kenyan tea is also one of the top foreign exchange earner alongside tourism, horticulture, and Kenyan coffee. So much of the tea grown in Kenya is produced using the crush tea call method, making it suitable for use in blend popular in most black tea market, including India, Britain, and North America. CTC tea has a homogeneous taste and has a strong generic bond tea flavor and is based off most Indian tea blend, as well as significant portion of breakfast tea. Most sectors in Kenya register a slump in their earnings in 2020 due to the effect of COVID. However, Kenya's tea sector thrived during that period despite the pandemic-related challenges, earning the Kenyan tea export in 2020 jumped 15% to 130 billion Kenya shillings. From 113 the previous year. We earn billions of Kenya shillings yearly just from tea, and is something that is really been protected by the government. It was one of that crop that has been consistent throughout the years in the country. See you guys on the next one. So guys, we're finally here at the tea factory, Ngorongo Tea Factory, with the final product called Can Fresh. And yeah, I'm really excited guys to come with you guys and just show you guys what it entails just to get the final product of the tea from the farm to the cup. So guys, I'm not going to give you the tea details. I have assistant factory manager here, Silas, who's going to give us more details. Silas, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you can give us some details about your factory first, and at least get to explain to us what it entails to find the final product of the tea, from farm to the cup. Yeah.
Okay, I'm Silas, the assistant factory manager. Now, I'll give you a brief history about Ngorongo Tea Factory. Ngorongo Tea Factory was established in 1965. The factory is involved in the processing, packing, and export of made tea. The tea process takes about 7 stages, which I'll explain.
Yeah.
The first stage, we receive the raw material, that's the freshly plucked green leaf from the farms around the factory and from the farmers. The first stage is the green leaf reception, which involves a number of processes. That is the quality assessment of the leaf to confirm that we are receiving the raw materials or the green leaf that meets our requirements. Still in the same green leaf reception, we do the weighment and then goes to the second stage. The second stage is withering, where the freshly plucked leaf of acceptable standard is laid on the withering troughs to undergo withering, which is our second stage, for about 12 to 16 hours. And withering is a process, both a chemical and physical process, where the leaf undergoes physical change as well as chemical changes. So I'll start with the physical change. The leaves changes the form from fresh green to dark green. The fresh green is the live fresh leaf, freshly plucked leaf, which undergoes physical change by losing moisture content from 100% to 70% and changes to dark green and becomes brittle. You can fold the leaf. So in the same withering stage, between the 12 to 16 hours, it undergoes chemical change. And the chemical changes is the stopping of the photosynthesis process. There's the photosynthesis is stopped, and then there is the breakdown of the catechins or the veins and the laminates into form that is ready for processing. So from there, after 12 hours, the leaf now goes to the third stage, which is cutting. And cutting, what undergoes there is a process called CTC process, which is cutting, tearing, and culling. Where the leaf is cut, the withered leaf is cut into small pieces. There is tearing that undergoes there, where we separate the veins from the laminates. Then the same leaf, after being cut and teared, it's culled into small balls. Then it goes to the fourth stage through a process of conveyors, because in the tea process, leaf moves on top of conveyors. So the fourth stage is fermentation stage, and this fermentation stage takes about 80 minutes, where it's actually oxidation in tea terms. We call it fermentation, but the chemical process that goes on there is oxidation, where we add oxygen onto the cut tea. And it's a controlled process where we control the moisture content, as also control the temperature.
Why do you add oxygen to the tea?
We add oxygen to the tea to bring in the taste, the liveliness of that taste.
So without oxidation, the tea wouldn't be that sweet.
The tea would be that sweet. It would have that taste that
gives out.
That gives out.
So oxidation is done for about 3 hours, you said?
So it's done about 80 minutes.
80 minutes?
80 minutes.
Okay.
That process of oxidation. And it's in 2 units.
Yeah.
So that is about 1 hour, 20 minutes. Wow. So
then after oxidation, what happens?
After oxidation, it goes to the fifth stage, which is drying, where we reduce the moisture content from 70% to 3%. So drying is a 3-stage. The tea is offloaded onto the dryer, which is a closed chamber, which has 3 temperature regimes, where the tea is dried in 3 stages inside a chamber, a dryer chamber.
Yeah.
And the moisture content is reduced from 70% to 3%. So the tea changes its physical nature, changes from green to brown, then to black. So at that fifth stage, which is the dryer, the tea changes to black, and it is 3% moisture content, ready for drinking.
Ready for drinking.
Yes.
So why do we have to reduce tea to this 3% moisture content? Like, I feel like it's almost a super dry. Like it's like, does tea has to be that dry?
Yes, there are 2 reasons. One is because of health and safety. Quality, health, and safety. For you to maintain the quality of the tea, you have to reduce the moisture content to 3% to have a long shelf life of over 3 years. Because this tea has to go to the customer. For it to reach the customer, it has to reach the customer when it is in the good state. When it has a higher moisture content, it will be perishable. So you reduce it to 3% moisture content so that you increase the shelf life of that tea.
Yeah.
You keep away the molds from growing. Because when it has a lower moisture content, when it has higher moisture content,
Molds
that
growing.
molds.
So you cut that off.
You cut that. And then the last one is also handling. Tea that is dry is easier to handle, very easier to handle from the process, transport, all the way to the customer. So, like I said, it is safety. 3% moisture content, it is safe because you've kept away the yeasts and the molds. The health aspect is when you keep off that, then safety, you are sure that tea is good. So it's to increase the shelf life of that.
So they say 90%. So after that you can pack.
Now after that it goes to a grading process, which
Okay.
we call it sorting, where the tea is now mixed. So it is ready, but now it goes to a 6th stage called sorting. And sorting, what happens there is just grading the tea, where we grade the tea into 9 different grades.
9 different grades.
So these 9
Okay.
different grades,
Yeah.
we have 4 primary grades and 5 secondary grades. So the primary grades are the black teas of different sizes. So the 4 grades is the size. The bigger size is the BP1, then followed by the PF1, then the PD and Dust 1. Those are the 4 primary grades. BP1 is bigger, Dust 1 is the smallest, just like the name Dust.
So it's graded depending on the granules.
Exactly.
The bigger the
size.
granule, the better the tea.
Not necessarily, no. It's now preference because all those 4 grades are the same.
Oh, they're the same. So
They're
it
the
depends
same.
with the customer, the final consumer.
Yes,
Do I like fine tea? Do I like granulated?
exactly.
Makes
They're the
sense.
same. It's just the preference. There's those who prefer the same primary grade tea, but smaller size. The same tea, but bigger size.
What about the secondary one?
Now the secondary grades are the fiber teas. There are 5. Among them, we have the teas that are mixed, the fiber and the black tea mixed, and then also among them we have the pure fiber. So the fiber that is mixed, we have the BP, that's the bigger one, or BP2. It is the bigger one. It has the bigger, but it has also, and then we have the PF. PF, it is the black tea mixed with the fiber. Then we have the fannings. Fannings now are the fiber, short fiber mixed with some small flaky teas, very light.
So this fiber is basically the veins.
The veins.
The
exactly.
veins of the leaf.
Yes. They're the ones
okay.
that are separated go to fiber.
Oh, interesting.
Then
They
we
used to
have-
say long time that in Kenya we never take grade 80. We only take the second year. I don't know, the grade 2. Is it true?
Now, we do not have the grades, the grade 1 or the grade 2. What we have are the primary grades and the secondary grades.
So do we take
So the
all?
primary grades are 4,
Yeah.
and in Kenya what we take is the PF1, which is the primary grade.
So in Kenya,
It is
so
the grade number 2
okay.
in size. It's the black tea that we take.
It's
in
the
Kenya
primary, but grade number 2.
yes. No,
Yeah.
it is the one of the primary grades.
So it's
I
one
think
of the
that is
primary grades.
statement, not grade number
So
2.
it's the myth that people are lying. We're only taking the secondary grades.
No. What we
These
have
guys
in the
lie to
market,
us. Yeah.
yes, what we have in the market we have we have the primary grades and the secondary grades. They are all sold in the Kenyan market.
Yeah.
So the primary grades are the black teas without the fiber. The secondary grades are the black tea mixed with fiber.
Makes sense. So then
in Kenya we have the both.
We have both.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the black tea goes for a premium price. The secondary grades go for a discounted price.
Discounted, affordable.
Yes.
So after that,
So what we have the two in the Kenyan market. But what we take mostly, it is called PF1, which is one of the 4 primary grades. Yes.
we take one of the best.
Yes.
So then after sorting, you pack.
We pack, which is the last stage.
Yeah.
So we pack and dispatch.
You pack and dispatch.
Yes.
So that
we
is
pack-
where you put the Caine Fresh brand.
Yes.
Where can they get the Caine Fresh tea?
The Caine Fresh tea is all over in the supermarkets.
Yeah.
You can buy it at the gate, the factory gate that is in Kiambu.
Yeah.
It's also in all the supermarkets in Nairobi, in Kiambu, and the neighboring counties. That is Narok, Kajiado, Murang'a, and also.
Why should I take Caine Fresh instead of other brands?
Now, Caine Fresh has a superior cup. It's just like the name says, it's Caine Fresh. It's Kenyan fresh. It's fresh tea, superior cup, good quality, premium teas.
Amazing, amazing. I hope we'll get a test so that we can tell you guys how it feels. And they say, I just want you to give us some details about tea. Kenya is among the biggest producer of tea. We're being among the biggest exporters of tea. Can you just give us more insight about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Kenya is the 3rd largest producer of tea after China and India. But Kenya is the biggest exporter. We are number 1.
How come we are not the biggest producer, but the biggest exporter?
The reason why we are number 3 in terms of quantities produced, but we are number 1 in terms of quantities exported, is China and India have very high population and they consume entirely, almost entirely their tea.
Oh, so for us, I hear we only consume 5%?
Yes, you see, China and India, they have close to billions of population.
People, yes.
So they consume all their tea. But Kenya, we are number 3, but we don't consume
a lot. Population does not allow.
Yeah, we produce more than
we can consume.
Yeah,
so 95% of tea from Kenya is exported to the rest of the world. And the unfortunate thing is you guys always buy it in Mombasa and go and brand it. Blend. Oh, they blend it.
Yes.
And blend it with their own names and the Liptons and what, but most of it comes from Kenya, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the other thing about, we have Mombasa auction. Can you give us some insight about Mombasa auction?
Now, Mombasa auction, that is where all the Kenyan factories take their tea for the auction, where the buyers bid for their tea. So the best teas earn higher, get higher bids.
So people buy from Mombasa auction like bidding. They bid for the tea.
Yes.
And what I'm surprised is tea comes from the rest of most of the countries from Africa to Mombasa.
Yes.
So Rwanda, Tanzania, Malawi, like they all sell from Mombasa auction. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's one of the biggest tea auction in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, if you didn't know, now you know. And that is where the biggest tea factories, companies in the world buy the tea, go take to wherever countries they buy it from, and they blend it and they name it the name. I hope you guys would push for for some recognition. If you use my tea, you have to recognize like, hey, the originality of the tea, because tea is not produced. Tea never grows from Europe, right?
Yeah.
Give credit where it's due, Bana.
Yeah, the government is working on that.
The government is working on that.
Yeah.
So Sawa, I really appreciate for your time, and yeah, so thank you so much. So guys, as you have seen, we've gone to the last part, which is the value addition, whereby they're packing their own product, and with me was Mary, who's the assistant manager as well for this section, right? For the value addition.
Yeah.
So Mary, why would somebody buy Caine Fresh, tea on the shelf?
Yeah, it is very important to buy Caine Fresh tea, because
Yes.
Caine Fresh tea, we are availing premium teas
Yeah.
to the customers locally to
Yeah.
ensure that they get value of the tea that we produce in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the way we take tea to abroad, outside Kenya for consumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can say the Caine Fresh tea is the good quality tea at source. So people can take fresh tea from the factory.
Fresh tea from the factory.
Yes.
So guys, let me know how you like the tea. Leave a comment section below if you've ever tried Caine Fresh tea, and if you haven't and you see it on the supermarket, buy it, and come share your feedback of how you find it. You found it, because I was really amazed to see they pack one of the best tea from their factory. So yeah, we've really learned a lot from us today, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and yeah, let us know what else you want to see from this one. So see you on the next one. Peace out.